T Street Beach in San Clemente, California. Pretty darn nice. Some decent waves. It was big this morning. Now it's kind of mellowing out. There's a guy right there. Let's see if we can hit the lip. Nope, no speed. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? All right, cool. Looks like everything's rocking. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Let's see. All right, we got a couple likes there. See if we wait till everybody gets on here. Anybody got any questions? Just throw them out there. Just walking down the beach. This is kind of a famous surfing spot here. T Street Beach. Good spot. It was really good this morning. There was really nice waves. Now it's kind of mellowed out, but it's just a nice summer night. Pretty. We're walking down to the pier. Gonna go down and grab a burrito or some kind of plate. Let's see, I see the comment there. Throw out any questions always. Is that you? Okay, all right, good job. All right, guys, I'm just gonna announce the upcoming NorCal Summit in San Francisco. 24th, 25th, 26th. And already some guys are coming. We got a killer venue for the meetings. Very, very styling, and we got a house to stay at. It looks like we're gonna have 2 houses. So we might be able to have 2 groups of guys in 2 different houses. But let me hear, what do you guys, I can't hear anything out there. Who's on? Who's online? Let's see. Okay, they're taking off, trying to get some action going on, but not much juice in these waves. Looks like people are starting to come on now. See if you can hear it. Can you hear it on your phone?
Yeah, I can hear it.
It's strange because I'm not getting comments like usual. I wonder if YouTube is banning the comments. We were down here this morning and some dude got hit by a stingray. I'm gonna post it in the next Ronin video. He got hit by a stingray, like blood going down his leg, and he went to the emergency room. Let's see here. What's up? Let's see here. What does it say? The comment. Check the comment. What up, French?
What up, French cigarettes? And somebody can hear you all good, so.
All right, good.
Audio should be fine.
All right. Look at this view out here, man. I tell you, man, I never get tired of California. Everybody talks about how the place is going downhill. Oh, keep checking comments. Like the whole time, because as they come in, I can't really read them. I don't have my glasses on.
Somebody says, I'm in Stockton. Might come out and visit y'all for a few hours.
Stockton?
Brian Marshall.
I see. Yeah, Stockton.
It's like that song. I got options. I can pass that bitch like Stockton.
Let's see what else here. What is the next thing? What is the comment here? Keep reading the comments.
Rev says, nice view.
Rev, what are you doing, man? I'm looking forward to the live stream on Saturday. Dude, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. You're on, right? Are you going to be on? We're doing a live stream on, what is that? It's a holiday. Some kind of holiday on Saturday.
I don't know.
I think it's Labor Weekend or something. I don't know, American. It's so nice here in summer. This is Southern California. And you can see Redwood City. Is that where you are? Okay. Nice. We're going up, we're driving up Santa Cruz and going to be there for a couple days. And then we're heading up to San Francisco and going to be a few places in San Francisco. And then we got the summit venue for, 23rd to the 28th. So if anybody's coming up, you can stay there. I will warn you though, as far as the first guy who said he wants to come by and see for a few hours, that's really not encouraged. We really want people who are coming to the summit on this one. Not so much guys dropping by. Because it's a certain vibe we got going on. It's a certain sharing vibe, and everybody has to partake in it, a lot of honesty going on, a lot of good stuff going to be happening. So yeah, we don't really want people to pop in and just be for an hour and leave, because then it's it kind of breaks the the trust a little bit. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of different guys come, very successful guys, some of them, and they don't want really to be sharing around, not knowing who's there. So if you want to come, like, make a commitment, take the time. It really is super cheap because you got a free place to stay, and we basically just cook. There's a couple comments, so we don't spend. It's real Ronin style. So people are not dropping cash. So basically, once you get there, essentially, it's the same price as being at home. Just eating food or whatever, razors and toothpaste and all that.
German O is wondering what the summit is going to be about. He says he's been gone for a while.
Okay. Well, what would you say? So Connor's right here. He just got back from our summit in Austin. How would you describe the Austin summit? Here, go ahead and grab it. Just don't touch the buttons.
Yeah. That's.
I'll grab this stuff. Watch out for the buttons in your hand. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's a great question.
It's real pretty.
Basically, it's about. I mean, it kind of evolves. It evolves from.
Okay, it's still going on. Sorry about that. Don't touch the button there. Grab it here where I am.
Yeah.
There you go. And then that's the mic, so don't block that. Yeah.
Right. So it kind of evolves. Everybody gets there.
Make sure everybody can hear. Can you hear it?
I think everybody can hear. My mouth is right by the mic. But yeah, once everybody's there, you kind of just feel the vibe. I mean, and then people will throw out topics that they're interested in. Like at the Austin Summit, we all talked about just a couple of things that we were interested in learning or doing or discussing when we were there. And then we just took it from that point. And then we just did a lot of meeting new people and learning about the ideas that they were sharing. Getting a lot of exercise, walking around, seeing places. So it's super easy to connect with people there because everybody's in a very open mode, and easy to learn a lot as well. Easy to learn about, there's going to be people there that are really good experts in various different topics. So whatever it is that you're interested in, whether it be female nature stuff, whether it be making money, digital nomading, entrepreneurship, understanding like social things, or understanding what it's like to live in basically anything that Ronin ever talks about. Somebody's going to be interested in that at the summit, and and then it's just. So I would just highly recommend it to anybody. You won't regret it, I promise you.
We might, hopefully we'll get a workout. We'll get a workout in, I hope, where we can go to the gym and just destroy it all together. We did it last time, and I think it was a big hit. We did it the day after the summit, so we got the place for 5 days, right? 23rd, 28th. So we can go before or after, probably after. But I'm down. I'm totally down. Go to the gym, get a killer workout in, whatever. Go to Yosemite, whatever the fuck guys want to do. I haven't been to Yosemite in years. I'd love to go up there. Let's go this way. Go up this way. Go up the pier. Yeah. Let's go up on the pier. I'll come around this side. We're just walking around the pier here. Pretty good. It's a good vibe, especially around sunset. Yeah. So, I mean, basically, just like Connor said, whatever topic. Every group of guys has different vibe. So that's the one cool thing about summits is when you go to one, the next one has a totally different vibe because it depends on what guys are looking for, what guys need, right? And that kind of comes out during the event. When guys start sharing, then it's kind of like we bounce off each other. So someone shares something, right? I hear it, and that sparks an idea in me. Boom, we're on a fucking topic, right? And then everybody's fired up because it's just exactly what's going on at that moment. So that's kind of how it goes down. So if you come with an open mind and open heart, then you're going to be part of it because your ideas, the guys who share are the guys who get the most help, right? Because they're the guys who, all things get talked about. Right? Shit goes down, right?
Yeah.
So you want to be someone.
And even if you don't need any help or anything, or you think you don't, you can learn a lot from other people who are, they're sharing their things, and you're like, oh, That's right. Like there's, I would totally be, able to apply that insight.
Right. I think Silicon Valley, we're going to have some Silicon Valley guys for sure. And that's like totally awesome because that'll bring a different vibe than is usually going on, right? At the Ozark Summit, we had a certain vibe. And I think Silicon Valley, San Francisco is going to be good. It's going to be a good group of guys. It's really the quality of the guys. That's really what it's about. Oh.
Let's see if there's any other comments here.
Let's see the comments there. Go ahead. I can't read them.
Oh,
I'll hold it.
He's saying...
All right, we're looking at comments here. It's a beautiful watching
Austin,
the dudes.
How much? I don't know what he's asking.
Probably asking how much.
How much? Yeah.
The summit is, if you're a first time, it's $398, and if you're a second time, if you've been to one, it's $298 for every summit after that. So you can do crypto, PayPal, cash at door, anyone's fine. And then that's about it, really, because the venue, you don't need a place to stay. As long as you bring a sleeping bag, you got a place to stay. And
somebody's asking, what about the Tarik? I don't know, Terik. I don't know what that is.
Oh, the Tarik. Yeah, Tarik, he wants us to make Malaysian tea, right? Basically, Indian tea with like a Malaysian style. The thing is, Nelson's not here because Nelson's back in school. Nelson started school in Wichita, and so I left Kansas about 2 weeks ago, something like that. Yeah. So he's not going to be there. Nelson's not going to be there, but maybe we can get the expertise to really nail down the world's best Tarik tea. That would be what we want to do.
Somebody is saying it's a red-pilled AA meeting. That's hilarious.
That is funny.
And Brian's...
We're not getting a good connection here.
Oh, let's head back.
Maybe if we stay still, maybe it'll be okay. Let's go back a little bit. We're going to go back toward the surfers here and then see if we get a little better connection. Dude, California in the summer, man. It is so good here. It really is.
Matt Downer is asking, will it be better than CME?
CME?
I don't know what that is.
CME, I've actually heard of that.
That's the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, but I don't think that's what he's talking about. No. CME sucks. Summits are nothing like that. Way better, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know what CME is, yeah.
Yeah, clarify what CME is.
Not sure what that is, I'm pro whatever people are getting good shit out of, but I'd never been to one, so I don't know. Can't really say about that.
CME stands for Conference of Masculine Excellence.
A
scam thing for 2K a month or 2K in Vegas.
Oh yeah, no, the part of the reason why I started the Ronin summits is because, and this is, you guys know me, you guys know I do things when I think there's a need, like serious. I have never found that any of the events hit things correctly. Like I've never ever seen it. I've always felt like it's either like it's got some kind of a tone that I don't like. You know what I mean? It's not red pill, it's blue pill. It's like most masculine events are generally either man up or, like religious or go back to tradition or like maybe like build your own house out of wood and live alone and make bombs or something. It's kind of like they're
not super positive in their energy.
Yeah, they're not super positive and they're not, I don't know. I don't want to say anything bad about them because at the same time, I appreciate whenever guys get together and try, you know what I mean? So, and I've been to a lot of summits. I've been to a lot of events for guys. So what I bring to these things, it's really very kind of the way I think about life. You know what I mean? That's kind of the way we do it, right? So, there's a big men's summit in Santa Cruz my friend goes to, and he's been telling me about it. And when I got to the heart of it, the heart of it is kind of like man up, basically. And I think, in today's society, it's not about manning up because men have been manning up for thousands of years, And the problem is today, it requires a whole different thinking. The system is not good for men. You can't fit into, manning up is fitting into the system, basically being a pillar for the system, right? you're being like the strong person regardless of how hard things are, right? But the problem is with today's world, you really need a different way of thinking. I don't think that way can win.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly, I mean, that's why everybody's here on Ronin Man anyway, because you want a different way of thinking, because the current way of thinking that you're kind of taught isn't working. But there's so many options that you have that you don't realize, most people don't have any idea, and it's like you have, like, I mean, for example, take me, like a couple of years ago, I was like, kind of, I wouldn't say lost, but having some issues. And then like over the course of, let's say 4 months, I went from basically nothing to having, $3K per month in remote income and counting. And, and that's the kind of stuff you could learn how to do. Like, it seems impossible when you're not doing it, but you can learn how to do that type of thing. And even more important than that is like the people that have that mindset, because you'll start to absorb their way of thinking, and their way of thinking is going to rub off on you, and then you're going to be like, oh, here's what I can do. Because it's like you're not about fighting things necessarily. Like,
No,
like
no.
if you can't win, but like it's like you still can find ways to do well and be happy.
You can find that crack in the system.
Yeah.
And also a lot of it is about enjoying your life regardless of the system's fucked.
Yeah.
Like I'm not happy unless the system changes. I'm gonna have a great life no matter fucking what. Like I really don't give a shit. I mean, I care about people, but at the same time, I realize that a lot of people, men, spend their life trying to change the system that ain't wanting to change. But the thing is, you have one life and can have a killer life. And I think that's the goal. The goal is to have a great life. And there's a lot of options that, even outside of Red Pill, but there's a lot of ideas that smart guys have, ways of living, ways of thinking, right? And those things pay off big time.
Somebody, Key Smith says, Ronin Man is great, but has gotten a bit soft over the past 5-6 months. Maybe, hey Key, in what ways do you think that's happening? In what ways do you think he's getting soft?
No. Key's been commenting on a lot of things. The thing is, Key, listen, come to a goddamn summit because I want to answer one of your questions that you asked recently, but I think is I can't really answer it on the internet. So what you think is weak, okay, on that answer is because I can't tell you the answer online. I can't tell you publicly. In person, I'll tell you and you'll be like, you'll understand. You'll be like, I get it. I totally get it. But online, I can't really say the answer.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things like that at summits too. I mean, I've only been to one, but I'll be at the SF one for sure. And there's a lot of stuff under the surface, like on Ronin's channel, that is not, you're not quite gonna get exactly to the depth that you want, or maybe there's certain topics that you can't say certain things to the internet, and you're able to say them in the summits. And people are really smart, really insightful. Even if you think you're the smartest or whatever, I mean, everybody here is probably a pretty smart guy, but you're gonna learn some things. I guarantee it.
Yeah, there's things we say at the summit that we could never say publicly. I think that's a very, very big thing. It's kind of like the summit is almost like the ultimate in like bit shoot, because the real shit's going to be talked about, right? We can talk about whatever we want to talk about. I screen everybody when they come. I'm very careful about who comes to the summit, and I make sure that I turn away guys. I've turned away a reporter that I kind of did undercover work for. He's a reporter. I've turned people away. I'm very good at screening, and I spend a lot of time on it. And we've had no strange events. So because of that, we have a lot of ability to communicate in person. And also there's a lot of stuff that you guys listening to the videos don't know. When you meet me in person, then you kind of like can ask the questions. It's like, then you find out really why, right? Some things I don't want to hurt other people. I don't want to put it out there. One thing, I was in a court case recently, so for my daughter, I couldn't say a lot of things, so there's a lot of things that I am careful about. Also, I don't want to hurt people's feelings publicly. You know what I mean? I don't want people to. There's stories I can tell privately that give guys a lot of insight that I can't say publicly. I'll tell you this. A lot of people say, think about this, Connor. A lot of guys say that they have a fake, or like Instagram is a fake life, right? It's like they have a shitty life, like they work at McDonald's, but their Instagram is insane. I will tell you right now, my life is better than my Instagram, and it's better than my Ronin Man channel. But a lot of the stuff I simply can't say publicly. It's just not possible to say for a lot of reasons. So, if you want to come and you want to see more, you want to learn more, definitely come in person, because that's where it goes down. And I'll tell you something. You think about it for a second, because life for men has always been like this. Men are like not big telephone guys. Women get on the telephone, talk to each other for hours. Men want to be in person. They want to see the guy they're talking to. Do I trust this guy? Is this guy telling the truth? Is he the real deal? And the other guys at the summit, everybody's like that. They want to see each other. And that's what you only see in person. So we got to take it offline. It's the only way we can go deeper. And I only want people who are committed to come. You know what I mean? Like if you're not interested, just don't come. That's it. Simple. But if you're interested in coming, like find a way to come. Find a way to make it, because I don't know when the next one's going to be in the US, to be honest. This is in NorCal. I planned this one out so people could come that wouldn't come before, who hadn't been to other ones. So hopefully you can get in. California, San Francisco is pretty easy to fly into. And maybe we can even have, it's possible we can even have, like usually at most summits, guys have cars, guys pick each other up from the airport sometimes. Can't promise it. It's going to depend on what time you land and who's here. But I can tell you that most of the guys are pretty fucking cool. So usually something works out where I would say a lot of happy surprises happen once we get together. Go read all the comments.
I mean, it's not too much. People were saying something about an iron fist and a velvet glove.
Ooh, that's a good topic. That one can't be public.
And then learning stuff at summits that you'd be crazy to say out loud online. Yeah, okay. Key is saying Ronin has become too loyal to call out simps and manginas.
Oh, he didn't like the one about the basketball player, PJ Washington.
Yeah, PJ and Will Smith are simp, but Ronin Man won't say it.
I think we have a little bit of a what do you call it? Different point of view on that. It is tough. Look, you can call anybody a simp, and those guys did simpy things, but the thing is, we all learn. And here's what happens at the summit. Here's the thing about the summit. When you come in and get honest, in a sense, everybody is more simpy than they kind of their online persona, right? So when you get to the summits, guys start admitting things that they're not good at, mistakes they're making. But that's how we get better. That's how we improve, because there's a lot of fake guys online just talking shit, right?
And it's way simpier to hide the fact that you have weaknesses. It's to accept your weaknesses,
yeah,
right, and acknowledge them. Is like if you don't accept that, then it's a lot harder to grow.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of times guys will come to the summit, and at first they'll be like very, very, everything's like they say is right. You know what I mean? Like kind of right, like the right answer, basically. And then they admit that there's things in their life they might not be happy with. They want to change, right? So I think the thing is, what I would say mainly is, we're talking about ideas and not people. So we're not here to hunt down people, to rip down individual people. We're here to learn concepts and to implement in our lives, because it's easy to pile on somebody who makes a mistake or somebody who does something, bad, lame online. Like everybody can online say, that guy's this, that guy's that, but what can you learn from it? What can you implement in your life to learn from that? And when did you do something that you're not proud of, kind of similar to that, right? When did you make a mistake like that? And from that, you can learn a lot, because you can say, okay, I did something when I was in high school or college, whatever. And then we can find new lessons in that lesson, right? In that experience. So I think with PJ Washington, I mean, the problem is, here's the other reason why I'm a little bit careful about people online, is because I've gone viral before out of Ronin Man. I've been on like hundreds of thousands of newspapers for a project I did once. And I'll tell you that when we meet in public. I'll show it to you. But the thing is, a lot of people talked about me who didn't know me online. A lot of people. And whether they said good or bad, I kind of didn't like it because they didn't know me. Like even the guys who were trying to say something good about me, I realized they don't really fucking know me and what I value. Other guys that said like this and that about me, they didn't know the whole story. They didn't know what was going on, right? So, and then of course some people have some very good, ideas, right? They were spot on. But if you've ever been, I'll tell you this, Keith Smith, if you've ever been, I don't know if you've ever been online or you've been in the center of a media scandal, but if you ever have, you'll know why I'm reticent to say specific names. Partly because I was in the middle of something. It was nothing to do with Red Pill or anything. It was a business project I was doing. And, I really learned when that happened to me, I stopped talking about celebrities because I don't know those guys. I don't personally know. I can't ask them a question. I don't really know what they did or why they did it. So that's the main thing it's not that, here's the truth. PJ Washington might be a total fucking simp, Keith Smith. Here's the thing. That might be my final opinion, but I don't know the guy enough to say that. It's not that I'm not willing to say it. It's that I don't know enough. If I knew the guy, and I might think that. I don't know if I would say it because it would depend on a lot of things, but I don't even think it because I don't know for sure because he might have been totally tricked where he had no fucking clue at all. It looks like to me that he knew. And it looks like to me like he did some really fucking stupid things. That's what I see so far. But I don't know that for sure. I don't know what he did. I don't know his background. I don't know the guy personally. And in the same way, I don't call a lot of people out. Be careful attacking people online is what I learned.
Yeah, he keeps arguing the point, but he's asking if you're thinking of ever doing a Rio summit.
A Rio summit.
Rio de Janeiro.
Definitely possible. I mean, I don't know if it would be, in Brazil, could be anywhere in Brazil, but a South America, Central America summit is very possible. It's very possible. I don't know where that would be, when that would be. Probably I'll be heading to Asia probably soon. So I don't know for sure when that would happen.
That'd be pretty awesome though. South America is amazing.
A lot of it would depend on specific venues and people that want to go. If there's like 3 or 4 guys who say, I'm going, 100%. Another guy says, look, I got a fucking mansion in the hills. We can do it at my place. We got this, we got that. We're near the airport. We got water. Then it starts getting real. So usually a summit starts when somebody offers something. And in San Francisco, there was a guy, he's been to about 4 summits. He doesn't want me to mention his name. And he's like, here's what he said. He said, I would love to give back. I've got so much from the groups that I want to give back and I want to have a summit. I want to do it at my place. So he just got a new place and he's redoing, he's painting it and stuff. So there's not any furniture in the place we're going to be staying at, but we're going to have 2 places. One is like totally dope and like a nightclub, and the other one is going to be empty. So I don't know if we'll split the groups or we'll have everybody at the one that looks like a nightclub, or it'll depend. We'll kind of see how it goes. But events start when people are interested and when people start offering things and saying they're willing to help and willing to go. Because this whole thing, everything we talk about, everything we do is a group of guys together. I'm not here to make a summit happen. I'm not here to tell you guys what we're talking about. It all depends on who's there, what's going on, what's needed, And I'll offer my sharp wit on things, for sure. Because I don't hold any. I mean, I'm pretty straightforward at summits.
Reverend was also saying almost every guy in the world starts out blue pill. And I think that's an interesting thing too, because there's people in different stages of blue pill, red pill, whatever, different age, a lot of different ages. Some people that are like 18 years old, some people that are like, 65, 70 or whatever. So,
sure.
I don't know if you have anything to say on that, Ronin.
Yeah, no. Hey, first I want to say shout out to Rev. Yeah, good point, man. That's the thing. It's really a awakening what we're talking about here, and some people just haven't had a negative enough experience to really awaken to what's going on. It takes a negative experience, really. And if somebody hasn't had that, like let's say some guy gets married and his wife is pretty good and the kids are healthy and things are okay and they go to school and she stays with him, he's probably not going to gravitate towards a channel, right? Because he just doesn't feel the need. Whereas another guy like Ray, who gets totally, scammed and ripped off in court by a total kangaroo court that's totally unfair, that ruins his life, that guy is going to be looking for answers. He's going to be looking. So with PJ Washington, that guy might end up being the most hardcore red pill guy on the planet after this. That's possible. Like where he was like, oh, what the hell was I doing? That's possible. It's true. Now, I'll tell you something. If he goes and does the same thing again, I might have a different opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like when it just gets hopeless, And you see that too. You see that.
Yeah, Keith Smith is saying he's moving to Brazil on July 1st, 2022. And after that point, he would love to rent 3 Airbnbs for the group. So that's cool. And he's also saying that he showed his friend Ronin's videos, and he said, and he had a great point. He said, maybe the reason I've never simped is because I only have average opinions, and average gals aren't good at getting what they want. Not 100% sure what that means exactly. I don't know.
Maybe like, yes, kind of saying like people ride the middle of the line, right? Whether it's on the good or the bad, right? Just kind of make the peace, right? Most guys. So that's why they wouldn't be red pill too, right? Yeah. They just kind of never take a chance, right?
Yeah.
That will keep a guy stuck forever, yeah.
Yeah, people seem to be pretty excited about the Brazil summit, including me. I actually might be in South America soon for a while, and/or Southeast Asia.
But let's wait, because this is not guaranteed. We don't have a venue yet. We don't have a bunch of guys. We don't have a time yet. But we can definitely keep in touch, and if it makes sense, I would be down. I would say for the Brazil summit, we'd probably have to have quite a few guys committed, paid, before it would be, say I'm ready to go. I'm gonna go 100%. Before we would do it, wouldn't go down there with one guy. We have to make sure that there is a bunch of guys who want to go, because it's a long way down there. But hey, man, Brazil sounds good, man. I'd love to go down there. Oh,
here's another interesting thing is like people at summits coming from different parts of the country and/or world. It's like you think one perspective, and it's just you can learn so much from people that have a different. Oh, and especially like for example, Kenji's spent a lot of time in Japan and is half Japanese, and he has a different perspective from Ronin on what it's like to be in Japan. So that's cool because you really learn. If you have 2 different perspectives on one country or one region or something like that, then you really get to understand it better if you're interested, Yeah.
Kenji is so, me and Kenji's relationship is so interesting because we have so much in common. Even though like in many ways we're so different, but we have so much in common, and it's really deep too. Like it's when we're at the summit, like in Austin. When Kenji came, we don't even have to talk. We kind of just know, because it's like we both just kind of know. So we just kind of like brothers in a way, where we just kind of, he just does something and I do something, and we don't have to have a lot of talking or deciding shit, right? It's funny because of the Japan connection, right? It's like being Japanese, they often say this about Japanese people, is they don't have to talk. They understand what each other is thinking. I don't mean like some kind of supernatural. I mean because the culture is set up in a way that's very predictable once you really understand it, and that you can give off signals to each other that make it very clear what you think without saying any words. And both Kenji and I are totally locked in on that. So it's quite fun to be together, So you do get, there's all kinds of guys, man. There's all kinds of guys at these things. Kenji's such a trip, he's such a mishmash. Such an in-between, and he does so well too. Kenji can do both so well, and that's unique. Kenji is really strong. He's total Texas and like American in one sense. He's totally down with hitting the weights and fucking getting buffed and going out, and like slaying the jigs. He can do all that. And at the same time, he's like totally Japanese,
Yeah.
totally, he's done, road construction in Japan, right? He knows what's down there. And then he's a Silicon Valley programmer. So it's like, he's got a mix of things, right? There's a lot of interesting guys, I will tell you that. There is a lot of I don't know if it's the ideas I throw out there are unique that kind of bring people in or whatever.
Here's one reason why, and this is another reason that this is such a special thing. We were just actually on a hike yesterday talking about this, is being able to meet these guys is something that would never have ever been able to happen in the history of humanity, and basically until now. Like, this is not a big channel. This is about, I'll read it. This is about, I don't know, 10, 15,000 people that all connect in some way to the same set of ideas. And usually you never get to meet people that are, interested in exactly the same ideas as you, or like, connect to that in some way. Like, it literally would never have happened at any other point in history.
Right. It's not connecting based on the way you look, or, a lot of people are really surprised how everybody looks at the summit, because you can never predict how everybody's going to look.
Yeah.
There's all different types of people, ethnicities, and I don't mean that in like a Bennington kind of way. I mean like in a real way. Like, people really don't care. They don't care what you look like at all or what culture you're from. It's like there's a deeper connection with ways of living and wanting and not wanting other things and not wanting to be part of.
Yeah, like everybody is self-selected into this extremely selective and unique group. Like, you have to be really smart to connect with these videos. You have to be like you have to have a broad emotional understanding and like perspective on things to even consider watching one of these videos all the way through. So if somebody's coming to the summit, that's
even a deeper commitment. It's like they're willing to come in person. And also, I've noticed, let's just put it this way. If you see a guy at 2 summits, don't be surprised if he lost like 40 pounds between summits. Like, even though we didn't even talk about losing weight, like, it's not surprising at fucking all if he made like massive good changes. Like, that happens like all the time. You meet a guy at the summit and you're like, well, weren't you doing that? He's like, oh, damn, I stopped. I told you guys I wasn't into that. I got out of that. I stopped that. I started this. I'm getting my, whatever degree now. I'm doing this now. Like, the guys are actually doing stuff, based on the ideas. They're not just, that's the thing is most groups, guys just talk about, oh, I'm going to learn French someday. Oh, I'm going to have a bucket list. Like, guys are like doing shit. Like, I almost have to like keep up with people. Like, what are you doing now? What's changed? Like, what's going on since the last, you look different, like, what's it? And the guy's like, oh yeah, I changed that. It's like, holy shit, whoa.
That's another interesting thing is that, this is kind of an American thing, I guess, at least in my experience, which may not be the same for everybody. But basically, a lot of times you meet people and it's like, oh, cool, like, let's exchange contact info, but then like it just kind of dies, fizzles, and you never really hear them again or see them again, or maybe they see your Instagram post or something. But there are a lot of people like that I still keep in contact with just from the Austin Summit, which I'm very happy about, and they're all really cool. And
well, they've gotten together. You guys have gotten together.
Yeah. From after the Austin Summit, we've gotten together many times.
Dudes are coming out from LA, back again. Like, it's not like guys just driving across the neighborhood. Like, no, people make friends, and I'm always kind of surprised. Like, one of the things we have is that we have a Telegram group for each summit, right? That continues on forever, and that group is amazing because you'll be just sitting there at work or doing something, and then all of a sudden you get like a notification, you check it out, and it's like 3 guys from the summit in like Reno, like you're riding up a fucking mountain or something. 3 guys, and they're like, we're here, we're just fucking doing this, and everybody's like, yeah, somebody might say, fuck, I'm nearby, I'm coming, like, come on by, we got a space, like, guys are getting together outside too after that. So that is like really cool, and usually doing cool shit too, right? So it's not like everybody's like, just eating the muffins at Starbucks,
Yeah. Let's see, what do we have here?
That always blows me away. And I shout out to you guys that do that. It really inspires me.
Key Smith is saying, why can't I just pay you, Ronin Man, to come, and whoever else comes. I guess for the South American summit, but I guess we'll talk about that later probably.
I mean, I've never done it that way. You know, like, we can talk about any kind of way to do something, but I still think the main thing is the juice. And the juice comes from the guys. It comes from the guys together. It comes from a lot of guys, a lot of perspectives, a lot of honesty. You know, and also that really causes me to go deep and to pull out ideas and stories that I never even have really even said before, you know. So it's a pinging off each other. So I would love to go down there. And if we're going to do a summit, I would say, let's get some guy. Let's, you know, at some point, you know, let's announce it. But for right now, Keith Smith, if you can make it, come out to Northern California, because we're doing a summit in a few days, 3 weeks from now. We're doing a summit 24th, 25th, 26th. San Francisco, we got 2 venues. It's going to fucking totally rock. The area is awesome. We can walk to Haight-Ashbury. You can walk to the Golden Gate Bridge. Haight-Ashbury, the hippie area, which started the psychedelic era in California. You know, there's a lot going on. I got some friends there. He's got some family there. We're definitely going to be having a good time.
Yeah. Keith Smith is adding more information about the average girl thing. He's saying, my friend was saying, because of the girls I deal with are so average, I'm always logical when dealing with them. And if I came across a 10, I might turn stupid. We can talk about that, like being logical when talking with women versus not, or what happens when, because it is a thing when you sometimes you talk to somebody. It actually happened to me one time where there was this girl that I thought was so hot, and like we had talked a couple of times, but one time I was just like having a conversation with her, and like my confidence just went away, and I just walked away.
Oh, right.
And it was just like I was like, oh shit, like I just totally lost confidence there.
And you're a guy with a lot of confidence. Well, there's 2 things. The first thing is, if the girl's really hot to you, that sabotages your ability to speak. So basically the world's unfair. So the better the girl is for you, like she might be really hot, but not to you, then you can talk to her no problem. You're like, I don't like girls with big boobs, like blonde girls in tan. Like, I'm not into that. So when I look around in California, let's say there's a bikini contest, I can just walk up to the girls and say whatever, because I literally don't care. You know, like I barely have any interest at all in them. But if the girls are exactly like I like, you know, 40 kilos, little fucking firecrackers, you know, long hair, you know, like just tight little like rib cages, little nice little bouncy racks, you know, that kind of thing could really drive me crazy. And then the hotter the girl is to me, that makes it harder to speak to her. That's for everybody. Doesn't matter how good your game is. A girl that's a 10 to you is going to always make you tongue-tied. That's one of the unfair things about life. But here's the other thing.
I think is there not a way to get past that?
There is a way. I can explain it to some. We'll show you ways. But that's one thing. But the other thing is, so basically, the better she is for you, the harder it is to talk to her. But the other thing is that what was I going to say? Fuck. No, I had another key point. Let me think about it. Oh, here's a nice wave. Dude, here's a good one. Yeah! Dude, the guy got barreled right there, man.
About talking with...
The fucking guy got barreled.
Talking with girls, losing confidence if they're too hot.
Talking to girls losing... I can't remember what it was. The one thing is that, yeah, obviously, you're affected by the girl. I honestly can't remember. It was based on what Kiefer said. Anyway, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, so... Rev is saying Dave ditched his girlfriend today, which we don't actually know. We just know that she moved out, right? So
that is very good.
Maybe they're still together.
That's awesome. Because we know that was a goal. and Dave pulled it off, and that was after the summit, right? And then he announced it today on the group, and he's all excited. He's like, "Freedom,
yeah,
freedom, woo!
Good for you, Dave. Good for you, man.
Free at last, free at last." You know.
Then. Somebody's Adriano Ramos is asking if you're going back to Asia.
Yeah, he was asking about that earlier. Probably. I probably will be going back. I don't know when and where. I'm looking at Bali, like I said in my comment, but I'm not sure. You know, I'm kind of looking at things. I'd like to be in Bali for a while and surf all the time. Really get, improve my surfing and get in surfing shape, paddling shape and stuff. I'd really love to do that. Get a killer board and really, really focus on it. And also good food and, yoga and, everything, man. There's a shipwreck in the north of Bali. Scuba dive down there. Check out there's some cool stuff. And there's a lot of cool islands nearby. So, there's a lot to see in Indonesia. Nias is insane. Like to hit Nias. So yeah, I'd like to go to Bali, but I don't know. I mean, I'm never gonna leave Asia forever. No way. Asia is always a place. And my basic opinion is the best girls in the world are in Japan. So Japan's never that far away. There's always good things going on. There's always nobody's perfect, but
Somebody's saying 24th September. Yeah, 24th of September is when it starts.
Yep, and we're going to be there on the 23rd. So we got the house on the 23rd. So you can arrive on the 23rd, and you can leave on the 28th. And then we might be able to stay longer at the other venue, possibly. I think very likely there'll be something. And also, some of us might go to Yosemite or maybe go something like that. Go check out some new shit. I'd like to do some rock climbing, get up there. That'd be fun. We gotta get rock climbing shoes and stuff. We do that.
Key is the main instigator here. He's saying when I met MGTOW Darius in Chicago, he told me that if I never make it to a Ronin Man summit, he's failed at life.
Dude, Darius, I love that. Thank you for telling me that, because I really like Darius's videos. Actually, I watch Darius's videos quite a bit. I used to not watch for 3 years or maybe 5 years. I didn't watch any MGTOW, any Red Pill content at all. All my ideas totally came out of my own mind, And then recently, I watched one and I was into it, and so I've been watching a lot for like the last 3 weeks. So I've been watching some Darius videos, and he always cracks me up because the thing about Darius is he has a good understanding of women, and a lot of Red Pill guys have good ideas about, Red Pill, but they don't really know women, and it's valuable to have experience, and at the same time, he's not all super proud like some guys get.
And that's a huge thing, by the way. Like, there's so much just walking around with Ronin every day. It's like, you basically, like, I'll feel things kind of subconsciously, and then I'll just like mention like, oh, did you feel that or whatever? And then he'll understand exactly what happened. Like the little things people do socially, especially women. And it's very, very helpful. And he's right. There's not many, like if you're around people that don't have experience with women, it's totally different. Anybody can have a MGTOW channel that doesn't get women, that is angry or thinks or pretends like he gets women. If somebody actually does, it's so different. And it's way better, way, way better.
Yeah, you can't, if you really know people, you really can't hate. It's impossible. There is an understanding that everybody's human, and also your life goes better too when you know people. So I try to bring that into it. And like, that's why I like about Darius and quite a few guys, I think you'll find at the summit too, a lot of the guys that get together. The reason why I say that is because the guys who are willing to put themselves out there, like Hunter right here, Kenji, a lot of the guys, just very personable and very, like you like to hang out with them, and that's why, I went and stayed at guys' houses, because I actually fucking make friends and we have a good time with guys, you know what I mean? That's really cool. Like that's good, and I was thinking about doing something. I've been telling Connor I was going to do it. I might do it at the summit if you guys get me fired up. But what I'd like to do, and I've wanted to do it for a while, is walk around, maybe at a Walmart or someplace like that, and every time I see a couple or a girl or whatever, I'll break down what they're really doing in real time. I'll just go, okay, see that right there? Here's what's going on. She's doing that because this, and you see, he started kissing her because he saw us walk up, and then you can see her face. She now knows that, this and that, and like I can break down things. This is one of my main skills in real life, like in real time, even the most, like whatever situation, I can break it down. And I found that the guys that hang out with are fascinated because nobody else does this. I can give you ideas. How do you see it? How do you?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I think it's like there's basically body language things that women naturally understand that men just don't, most of them at least. And, those are sometimes you pick up on them subconsciously, or like a lot of times guys do these things subconsciously. Like we were walking around in a Walmart and there, this, as soon as we walked by, Ronin noticed that, this girl, as soon as he saw us, he started kissing his girlfriend, right?
She was hot. She was hot. Yeah.
She was hot, and she totally looked at us. She knew what was going on, And then another time, like just yesterday,
so basically what happened was, we walked by, right? And as we get closer, like we're two guys, pretty tall, we're kind of walking up in this like countryside Walmart, and the dude, you could tell he was nervous, and he had a hot girl. So then he grabbed her and started kissing her right in the Walmart in front of us. And so then I said to Connor, I said, that guy's totally weak. That chick's going to be totally into us. So then we walked outside, and then she came outside pushing the cart. And then she was like flicking her hair and smiling. And he's behind, and he's like, it didn't work, And I'm like, yeah, see, it didn't work because girls can read right through that, the insecurity. And so, not to put him down, but I like to dissect real life so that you can dissect real life. Pass on things that you see, and it'll help you to understand stuff. Whether it's whatever you use it for. You could use it for sales, you could use it for pickup, you could use it for understanding, your friends or whatever, but, dissecting people in real life.
Yeah. Super valuable. That's probably one of the most valuable things ever. And you see, like, even if it's obvious.
I don't know how I'm going to make this video, so that's the only thing. It's hard to make a video because you need to see the thing and then to be able to comment on it, and then to make sure you're right, hang around long enough to figure it out, like see actions afterwards. So that's the key, is like it's watching afterwards to see what happens too, right? So yeah, it's a tough thing to catch on camera, but if we go around, I think you guys will kind of get what I'm saying, and we'll have some fun with it. Maybe we can make some little short ones and then put them together into one long video. There's a bunch of new comments. What are they?
Yeah. So unfortunately, Gabe can't make it. That's too bad. I've heard a lot of good things about you, Gabe.
Dude, we're gonna hang out soon. Gabe's been taking a lot of time off, so.
Key is saying he likes BBWs. Ain't my lady if she ain't 180.
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh.
We're not gonna be fighting over women.
Somebody else wants to quit his job and become your disciple forever. All right.
Dude, that's what I did. That's what I did. When I found guys that were cool in my life, I just made sure I was with them a lot, that's what I did. So
smart.
The things I ask or the things I do, it's because I did them before. I found people that I wanted to learn from, and I knew that I couldn't just learn from them in an hour. So I wanted, to learn more, right? So I found ways to do it. When I went on with Julian on the tour for 3 months, that was a great opportunity for me. I've been with a lot of guys where I realized that you can't learn everything in a 1, 2, 3 video or in an hour or whatever, So it takes time, right? And also, the great thing about spending time with people is that you really know who they are. So I think, let's say you have two guys, right? And they're both the real deal. And you trust them both. Or you don't trust them because one guy's only online, but you don't really know that. I think for a man to really change his life, you really have to trust someone at a deep level. Like, not just know that they have a good idea, but you need to trust that you're telling you there's just something. You got to have a trust. And that trust only comes from time. You can't buy the trust. You don't get the trust. Maybe these videos, the long videos, give you an understanding that can lead to trust, but it takes time. It takes time, and there's a reason for that. Is because you don't want to get screwed over. You don't want to go down the wrong road, So yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying. I fucking totally understand. And I've lived my life that way. What are these comments?
Somebody's asking if there's going to be beer at the summit.
Yeah, some guys drink, some guys don't. It's all depends on the guys. Like, a lot of times guys will drink. Totally, yeah. And guys go out, guys, whatever they want to do, For sure, one guy's going to be drinking 100%. So I know that for sure. One guy that's already said he's coming. He likes to drink. So Yeah, it depends on the guys, you know. I'm not going to be drinking, and there's no, you know, no problem. Whatever you want to do, you know, that's fine.
Yeah, and people will just bring like whatever random food. Different people will be going shopping and stuff and sharing different stuff, which is cool because some, you know, you'll be like, oh, I never had that type of like liquor or whatever, or, you know, whatever it is, whatever people are cooking and stuff.
Guys tend to be generous. Guys tend to like go out, you know, like I remember Timmy C at the La Jolla Summit, man. He said, oh, don't worry about food, guys, on the first day. I got it covered. He comes in with like, oh my God, who was at this La Jolla Summit? Anybody online? How much money was of steaks did he bring? I say at least $400. At least.
Of steaks?
Maybe 600.
Oh man.
Dude, he brought in the steaks like crazy from Arizona. And we had steaks and he had everything. He made salads, he had steaks, he had tables. He came in with a big truck and had like unloaded everything. He cooked the steaks up. He made the salads. He had it all lined up for us. He had bread. Everything was top quality. And we were like, let's help. He's like, no way, I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this like, just let me do my thing. You guys go have fun. I want to make sure this thing is rocking. And he rocked it hard, man. It was amazing. So there's different personalities of guys who do different things. I think one guy who's coming is that kind of personality. Scott M from Austin. So I got a feeling he might pull something like that.
They're asking if you've ever thought about getting Judy on a live stream, and also if we ever get more John in Japan.
John in Japan, we can call John in Japan from the summit for sure.
And he's saying I miss John and Cantu.
Okay, yeah. No, we can call John. Who's the other guy? Ken?
Cantu?
Oh, Cantu. Yeah, no, he hasn't been on for long. He's going to be on the stream this weekend. There's a stream of guys, the Labor Day weekend stream. Rev's going to be on it, I think. Rev invited me. Rev, you're going to be on, right? Are you one of the streamers? You're one of the streamers, right? Hammerhand's going to be on. There's going to be a bunch of guys. So Chris is going to be on there. We can call anybody you want. I'll give you their contact and we can call them. Yeah, no problem. There's a lot of guys we can call. Darius. See if he's up for something. John in Japan's up for stuff. The only thing is, we just have to time it with him in Japan. So that we'll probably do it like early morning or like starting late afternoon. We can call him. Yeah, come up with some topics you want to talk to John and Chris. We can see, and then the other guys, right? We can have old Rev on. You know, get Rev on there.
Yeah. Andy is saying it's a good excuse to leave the farm. Sunny San Fran. I'm not sure how sunny it's gonna be.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Dude, Andy, come on out, man. Totally.
He's saying that he just came back from the bar with friends, and it's weird that after watching you and other people's videos, it becomes easier to read folks. Yeah, no doubt.
Right. Yeah, Andy, dude, if you come out, man, you know, Andy sells organic meat. He grows, he raises cattle. We were out at the farm. It was in one of the videos. I was just out with Andy recently. Andy, come out, and I bet we'll get a bunch of guys to buy cows. You know, I bet there'll be guys, you know, because he's got the best meat ever. So, I mean, he stuffs me with meat every time I go. Like, it's so good. So good. Tasty as hell.
So, Key is saying don't bring any Gillette products.
That's right. No Gillette. No Gillette.
And Rev is saying Chris is going to be on on the stream Sunday.
Yep.
And then somebody's asking if Chris is still in Phuket.
I have no idea. I haven't talked to him for literally, I'd say over 3 years.
Wow.
So I have no idea what he's doing. Not sure. You know, at that same period, I was always talking to Miggy too. And Miggy is down in Mexico. I talk to him once in a while.
What else here? Key is saying he's going to give you $1,000 if you can get Ohana Frisbee on a live stream. I don't know who that is.
Ohana Frisbee. Oh, Ohana Frisbee. Oh, dude, I have no idea. I don't even know how to spell her name, but I remember the how to say it. She was my first girlfriend when I was in kindergarten or something. No, I was in fourth grade. Sorry, fourth grade. Ohana Frisbee. Oh, yeah. Dude, she's a Mexican chick. I was so in love with Ohana, man. Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious.
And Judy, no way. Maybe Judy in the future. We'll see about that. I actually, if you can believe it, I talked to Judy when I was in Boston. Totally out of nowhere, I was in a park, and they're playing some music and reminded me of that period. And I texted her, and we had a nice conversation. Yeah, that was pretty funny. What's that say?
It's been about an hour. I don't know how much longer we're going to be
All right,
here.
all right. Yeah, any more questions you guys have? We can put links, information down below. But do you guys have any serious questions? I'm cool with more questions if you got some. Any comments you didn't read there?
They're saying that Chris is in Eastern Europe, and then somebody's saying, isn't Chris Cantu married with a kid? Besides that,
that'll be his life. I'm not sure. Probably he's going to be on a live stream. You can ask him about that.
People were talking about the bar thing. They're saying being at the bar is like a spectator sport. And Key said that you have a seventh sense that, you can walk up to a guy who's smiling and ask what's wrong, and the guy breaks down and tells you everything that's hurting him.
Oh, man, thank you. That's a very valuable skill because, the truth is a lot of guys are hurting, man. A lot of guys are hurting. And, it starts when you find somebody you can relate to, can listen to you, right? And then you start getting over stuff because there's a lot of tricks out there in this fucking modern society for men, Tons of shit to throw you off. And even the smartest guy, sometimes it's just like, what do I do? What's going on here?
Yeah. Alex is saying, is there an entry fee? It's what, $397?
It's $398, and that covers the whole weekend. You can stay from, San Francisco is fucking expensive. So you got a free place to stay from the 23rd to the 28th. And that right there is way more than $400. Plus you got the summit, and we're probably going to do a ton of shit. So yeah, so that includes, basically your place to stay. And the official summit, like I said, is 24th, 25th, 26th. But you can come on the 23rd and you can leave on the 28th. And like I said, usually we end up hanging out afterwards. Somebody comes up with another place, and we do have a second venue that one of the guys has offered. So there's a very good chance we're going to have some more time, depending on how much time you have off. Let me know if you're coming, how much time you have off and what you're thinking, and maybe we can kind of plan something too.
Yeah. And then Andy is asking, he's had so many guys tell them about their divorces out of nowhere, and if you have any thoughts on why that's increasing so much. Pretty big topic.
Yeah, I'd say, Andy, I'd say probably it's because they read something in you. They read that they feel safe to tell you that. So that's probably what it is. Because guys really just kind of suck it up in general. They don't really talk about stuff. Even guys dying of cancer, they usually don't say much. It's just kind of the way guys are, but if they sense that your openness, and your sharing and your growth and your improvement, that's the kind of stuff that makes guys, that makes guys open up,
Yeah, people are saying you're worth more than $398, okay?
No, we keep it cheap, man. We want everybody to be able to come. Everybody says we should do more high-end. No way, man. I want everybody to be able to come. If you're a student, if you're whatever, man, but thank you very much. And you definitely would love to have you come, man. Love to have you come.
And somebody's saying because he watched, he says, because I watched one of his deleted stream once and he was all over the place, he said that a MGTOW could be like a Rolo Tomasi and be married with kids. He was kind of weird. I don't know exactly who he's referring to.
Probably referring to some live stream. I don't talk about Rolo, so I don't know so much about that. I can't really comment on that because I don't really know the exact situation there.
But basically, I think the point is that, somebody can be like...
Could somebody be married and be a MGTOW guy to be a red pill guy? Oh, yeah, for sure. Here's how it happens. Here's how it could happen. A guy is married.
Oh, Chris Cantu is who he was talking about.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about Chris. But I mean, yeah, a guy could be totally, blue pill, married, has kids, and then he realizes the truth, right? And he totally gets it, but he loves his kids, and his kids mean a lot to him, And so he's not going to just move out, just because he has a different, like at the end of the day, it's all about kids, right? Like that marriage is not about the fucking girl. It's all about kids. That's why you guys get it. It's stupid just to get married to a girl, just sit there with her. It's like a roommate, except you have a contract. There's no point. I don't understand why anybody would do that. That just sounds really dumb to me, So yeah, I think there's definitely guys who do have kids, and the thing is, I think single guys might think that's weird. And I think by hearing someone's story in person is when you start to understand another man's perspective. Not that it's something anybody else should do, but it's like when you understand their perspective, like the reason why they don't sell their car, or the reason why they don't quit their job, right? The reason why they don't move to California, the reason why they don't, go to school, whatever. When you hear the guy's real situation is when you kind of start getting a grip on, when you walk in another man's shoes, that's when you can kind of start to sense. And this is where you start to understand people too. Like, why do people do things? People don't always make the smartest decisions, Yeah. And sometimes people, they might not do it because their mother or something like that, right? Religious reasons or whatever,
Key really wants to see if you can get Cowrie on a live stream.
Dude, I think Cowrie's married. She's gone. I don't know where she is. She was a good girl. That girl was athletic as fuck. I like her. I liked her. Yeah, she was a good girl. Now she's living in Chicago somewhere. I totally lost touch with her. I don't know what she's doing. No idea. It's funny, but it's interesting hearing all these things because that tells me you watched a lot of videos, because these are names directly out of videos of people that I mentioned and I told the story about. And there's a story to learn from each of these people, right? There's something in there, So, yeah, man. Oh, here's a good wave right here. Oh, dude, I want to be on that. Ew, whack, whack. What's that? One last comment.
Somebody is saying dads cannot be red pilled, or no, I'm sorry. Dads can be red pilled.
Right.
And then somebody new says, Chooch says, Ronin, man, you're doing great stuff here, man. I'm still taking your advice. Keep moving like a shark and losing weight little by little all year.
Nice.
Thank you for your advice, man.
Nice. Yeah, I heard you when I saw you in your comments earlier, where you're gonna lose weight and you're losing weight. That's fucking awesome, dude. That is awesome. The worst thing is when you can't do something because your physical health. When you can't be the badass guy that you want to be, and move around the world. A lot of it's about health, man. What's that? What is that? Oh, that's the guy's fishing.
Oh.
The girl fishing. She's got a light down there.
I see.
Yeah, she's going. There's sharks here, man. There's a lot of sharks here underneath this pier. All right, one last comment. Let's get that one.
He is saying if I could meet anyone from Ronin Man videos besides Ronin Man, it would be Drinkin' Dave. LOL. Maybe Arian or Rex.
Drinkin' Dave is in Cambodia right now. Yep, he's in Cambodia. I was talking to him the other day. He's having a good time, and he got over there through the quarantine, and he's having a good time, and probably have him on some more streams. I'll probably go visit him in Cambodia, see what he's doing. He's got a nice setup there. He's got a house. He lives in New Jersey and also in Cambodia. So he's got a good deal, and he just got himself a Performance Model 3 long range.
Oh,
white
nice.
Red with white interior. He got the styling interior with the good stereo.
Automatic bang right there.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being on and all the questions. Really enjoyed it, actually. So yeah, I look forward to whoever's there or whatever. I appreciate you guys being here tonight.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
All right. See you later.